Boy, does this remind me of Kyle Clifford on Peter Mrazek last year, which led to a moment I prefer not to talk about. It's everyone's favorite day of the week, in a time where you can only tell what day it is because the new Dang It's video is up. Happy Dang It Day, everybody. Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another episode of Steve's Dang It's, where we look at the biggest Dang It's from around the NHL over the past week. Bloopers, just things that make you say dang it in general. Mostly goalies going into the corners. And you know what? I want to start off this week making fun of producer Drew's favorite team, the Colorado Avalanche. Because they had a game against the Vegas Golden Knights. This one was indoors and the ice was frozen. Alex Tuch already having a big game against Colorado. He's got a goal and then he scores his second without even having to score it.
Tuch picks it up, marches his way toward the front of the net, score! Bowen Byram, I think, got a piece of it and accidentally knocked it in.
Oh, he got more than a piece of it.
He got a lot of it, and it's a 2-0 Vegas lead. Tuch is second of the night.
Came through the middle, just watch the right side. Watch him just burst wide. But watch for Bowen Byram, how this is going to be one of those ones you're not going to enjoy. The puck comes across, and you just give it the old kick in, you know. It's just, there's nothing you can do about it. And it just, oh my goodness.
To be a rookie in the NHL, everyone remembers their first career NHL goal. And for Bowen Byram, it was against his own team. Now look, we all know Bowen Byram's gonna be sick. 4th overall pick. Of course the Avalanche have him. And you can kind of tell from his reaction that he's not gonna let this bother him too much. We saw him slump over as soon as the goal was scored, but look at him after. He knows it's just a fluke, more like a dang it. Defending in the National Hockey League is hard, and I'm sure Bowen Byram already knew that, but this is a 101 lesson here. Oof. That's a dang it. Now that I've made fun of producer Drew's team, that always feels good, let's get to the big controversy from last night's Montreal Canadiens and Ottawa Senators game. Now, Montreal needs this win bad. They've been struggling lately. There's already rumors after such a hot start that Claude Julien could get fired. And right here, it's a tied game 4-4 with less than 10 seconds left. Can the Habs score? Yes!
And Murray makes the stop. Weber holds the line. Cernak shoots again, score! Deflected in front by Gallagher. And now they're saying Danault has scored.
No, it went underneath the bar. It was a redirect in front.
And everyone froze, and Danault, with 2 seconds to go, pokes that home.
And Philip Danault, the shot, the initial rebound, it goes back to Weber, puts it on a tee again for Sherrod, and the redirect right there goes past the glove of Matt Murray. I think that's going to be Brendan Gallagher's goal.
Yeah, I think Gallagher got the first one.
Right, Gallagher battling with Zaitsev in front.
Hang on, now here's the other part of this. Did Gallagher interfere with Murray?
Chaos in front. I think it's Philip Danault that puts it on, but Brendan Gallagher tips it in. That's a goal, the go-ahead goal, the game-winning goal, until they review it.
Coach's challenge initiated by the video room in Toronto.
So that's what they're looking at.
Okay, so Murray's contacted, he spins around, gets back into position, or works to it, and then actually he's not back into position, but
after video review, it was determined there was contact in the crease by the Montreal player. The goalie was unable to reset, therefore we have no goal.
There you go.
No goal.
The goal is waved off, no goal. We go to overtime, and then the shootout. The Ottawa Senators win the shootout. The Habs get another loss, and the next morning, Claude Julien is fired, along with assistant coach Kirk Muller as well. Now, calling that the disallowed goal that cost Claude Julien and Kirk Muller their jobs, that might be a little dramatic. Coaching decisions are rarely just made on a whim like that. This was probably coming for a while. But let's talk about, should this or shouldn't this be a goal? Because a lot of people think glares in producer Drew's direction that this is a clear goal 10 times out of 10. I'm not so sure. In fact, on Twitter, I said I'm leaning on the side of no goal, and I saw some Habs fans talking about, this is why you can't have the war room in Toronto! To which I responded, yes, every Leafs fan's favorite team growing up, the Ottawa Senators. So, okay, that was Twitter, but now we got video technology. Let's go through it piece by piece. Should this or shouldn't this be a goal? Because to me, the real dang it here is goaltender interference in general. Here's what I see. Brendan Gallagher is in a net front battle with Nikita Zaitsev, and Gallagher obviously knows if he gets too far into the blue paint, they're going to call this back. So when Montreal Canadiens fans are like, he was pushed in, I'm not so sure he was pushed in. However, once Gallagher ends up in the blue paint, where you can see he's not not touching Matt Murray at all, Nikita Zaitsev will not let him out. And I'm not really sure what to do with that, because should Nikita Zaitsev, the guy who's defending Brendan Gallagher, simply let Brendan Gallagher go? The right answer might actually be yes. There is an argument to be made that if a defender is actively holding an attacker in his own blue paint, everything that happens after is not the attacker's fault. Now, the issue of how Brendan Gallagher got in the blue paint to begin with is already a point of contention. Then there's what happens. Brendan Gallagher's contact with Matt Murray, even though it spins him around, lasts for a second of actual time or less. After all that, Matt Murray spins himself around and he is set with about 5 seconds left. And that goal doesn't go in until there is under 3. And as a lot of Montreal Canadiens fans rightfully pointed out, Brendan Gallagher had enough time to get up and tip the shot in. Matt Murray should have had enough time to reset. Now, while I think there's something to that point, Brendan Gallagher's also not wearing goalie equipment, guys, but should this count? I think a lot of Canadiens fans are getting lost in the wrong argument. Matt Murray had time to reset. I don't think he does. And then people keep showing that ridiculous no goalie interference call on Carey Price against the Rangers from a few years ago. The past is the past, and I get there being an issue with precedent and a lack of consistency. I get that, but you're getting lost in the wrong argument. To me, we have seen plenty of goaltender interference calls overturned, as in it's no goaltender interference, the goal counts, because a defender shoves an attacker onto their own goalie. To me, Nikita Zaitsev holding Brendan Gallagher in the blue paint, not allowing him to escape, giving him no route. What is he supposed to do? To me, everything that happens after is Zaitsev's fault, the Ottawa player's fault. So, I kind of think this goal should count. I flip-flopped from last night. This goal should count. Remember how I said, leave the reset argument alone? The official disagreed.
After video review, it was determined there was contact in the crease by the Montreal player. The goalie was unable to reset, therefore we have no goal.
There you go. No goal.
So they went with the goaltender did not have enough time to reset, therefore it's no goal, huh? So here's the dang it to me. Defenders learned a valuable lesson from all this. The days of crashing a guy into your own goalie are over. Not only will the goal count, but you'll hurt your goalie. But every defender in the National Hockey League learned if you contain an attacker to the blue paint, nothing is your fault and the goal will come back. Or maybe the biggest dang it of all, we're still talking about what goaltender interference is! All I want as a sports fan, all I want in the world is when a goal goes in, I either cheer or I'm upset. And between goalie interference and the dreaded offside review, I can't do either. And until fans are able to enjoy goals in real time, it will be a dang it. Okay, we've got to eventually move on from that dang it. So we got another one. This one between the Anaheim Ducks and the Arizona Coyotes, and the conversation continues to be, what are defenders allowed to do to attackers in front? Check out this fun little exchange between Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Max Jones.
Across, sliding, save, stop, rebound, they score. And now we're going to get some pushing and shoving, and Darcy Kemper takes a tumble, and Ryan Getzlaf trying to go after him, and all heck is breaking loose right now.
Oh, Getzlaf and Krause have their gloves off as well. And Darcy Kemper didn't like it. It was Jones chirping right in his ear, I believe.
Did you catch it? Jones scores on a 5-on-3 here. He wasn't upset necessarily about the Oliver Ekman-Larsson hook just before the goal. It was actually the huge cross-check or two.
You look at Jones, big 49, locked up with Oliver, and there's the first cross-check. There's another one for good measure. And then they continue to work the puck around, and Jones is right there to bang it home. And he gets up and he's chirping at Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Darcy Kemper doesn't like it. Kemper thought he had it between his pads, and it just squeaked through the other side. And Jones was right there to bang it home. And there's Kemper, comes right in, and you love to see that.
Defenders getting away with cross-checks in front of the net is becoming an increasing conversation in the NHL. And the key here, it's a 5-on-3. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, veteran in this league, captain of the Coyotes, and they're already down 2. They're not calling anything against him. and I think he knows that, leaving Jones to pick splinters out of his back. And that's just the cross-check. That's not even taking into account all the other things that defenders do in front. You know, the drying rack or the xylophone where they go up and down your spine? Ring, ring. Chiropractors love it. Goal scorers hate it. I don't really have a problem with the scrum that came after and Darcy Kemper. He's just sticking up for his guys. But seeing another defender get away with an uncalled cross-check in front only to get dunked on immediately after looks good on him, and that's a dang it. For our next dang it, no one in their right mind would want to leave the Tampa Bay Lightning right now. But what if they didn't have a choice? Here's Eric Cernak joining the Carolina Hurricanes.
Taking down the Canes then in Carolina, Jesper Foss got his first goal of the season, and first as a Cane takes a big hit and deposits the man taking a run at him into the Canes bench.
That's a heavy body. He ends up in the Hurricanes bench. Oh, that tells you about the strength of Carolina's goal scorer tonight.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is how waiver claims should work. Get hit into the other team's bench, you're on their team now. Don't like it? Don't get hit into the other team's bench. And while Jesper Foss did not officially claim Eric Cernak off waivers, for Cernak, that's still a dang it. For our next dang it, the New Jersey Devils always seem to find a way into these dang it's videos in our first season of dang it's. This year it's the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're the stars of the show, but they come off good in this one. It's the Nashville Predators, who nothing is going right for this season, who get the dang it on this one. Check it out.
Jackets defend. Meantime, at the other end, Atkinson bounces one and into the net. It was deflected. Saros totally lost it. And Cam Atkinson continues a goal streak. It's extended to 5 games. And then the play, Forsberg just missed. Atkinson shoots up. Where is it? It's in the net. It's like a rainbow. Up. Saros looked like he caught it, or he thought he could see it for a second.
I'm sorry, you can't look at that goal and tell me the hockey gods aren't against Nashville this year. Cam Atkinson, who's got a good shot, takes a relatively nothing shot. It goes off Matt Benning, way into the air. UC Saros does the deer in headlights, which you never want to see your goalie do, up and over his head and into the net. See, this is why you get yourself a tall goalie there, kids. UC Saros, Pecorino's 8'4", that would have hit him in the eyebrows, not UC Saros. So for the Preds, that's a dang it, but we're not done with this game, because UC Saros had more to deal with than just his defenseman.
Face-off win for Columbus. Jones to the wing. The shot, they score! One clean. Right here, you look at Max Domi on the left of your screen. Fade out. Jones over to Domi. And he just blasts one. The referee was standing right in the way.
It is under review to determine if the puck deflected off the linesman's leg.
Oh. Well, the linesman was in the line of fire here. Just to make this happen, watch. He's trying to get out of the way, but he's in the middle. He's the one screening Saros right now. He's in the way, and he gets, like, that's the perfect screen. Saros doesn't see this shot from way out there, and that's an easy save for Saros. Man, I can't believe this. Let's get the call.
After video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. We have a goal.
Hey, look, it's another video review with Columbus. I'm sure this will go great. At least it wasn't an intermission this time. So here's a rule always worth remembering. The ref is a part of the play. If the puck goes off him, tough. Too bad. If they get in your way, too bad. The only thing, which is what they reviewed here, is the puck cannot go directly off of the ref and into the net. In this one, the puck never touches him, although he wishes it did, because then that goal might come back. But it didn't. So Columbus's streak of luck with officials since the infamous game against Carolina continues. They have a goal. Yes, the official screens UC Saros here. Here's why it's not his fault. He doesn't even do anything. He's hooked by both Robinson and Benning. There's Benning again. Basically right into the path of the shot. I'm sure he felt bad, but that's not his fault in my opinion. But for UC Saros and the Nashville Predators, that is a rare double dang it. For our next dang it, what is Jacob Markstrom doing?
Dubé are back together to start period 2. Pearson racing, Markstrom way up, big collision. As Pearson goes flying, Markstrom gets back up on it, on his feet. Looks like he's okay. Wow. That had some impact.
Oh, wow is right. That was a huge collision. The speed by Tanner Pearson. About 33 kilometers an hour at the time of the collision. He's 6'1", Markstrom is 6'6". Oh man, and now Pearson's gonna be chirping him. Maybe if somebody can read lips, they can help me out on social media.
Markstrom gets absolutely absolutely smoked by Tanner Pearson, but I think Tanner Pearson would probably say, I got smoked by Jacob Markstrom. Boy, does this remind me of Kyle Clifford on Peter Mrazek last year, which led to a moment I prefer not to talk about. Bless the Sportsnet broadcast for this. Pearson coming in at over 30 kilometers an hour. Markstrom challenges him, and then usually you touch the goalie at all, even by accident, everyone's gonna mob you. But even the Flames didn't come to Markstrom's defense, because why did he do that? And what's amazing is he did it again. Here he is with Horvat.
Back in his own end. Quinn Hughes, leading scoring defenseman in the league, makes a play to Horvat. Good job to knock it down. Scores! Markstrom came way out, and Horvat puts the puck into the open net and makes it 2-0 Vancouver.
The play behind the net here, Quinn Hughes head up, takes that pass, was it right in the middle to Horvat, and there's the decision by Markstrom. Just a hair too late. Once you make that decision, I'm with him though, now you've got to go. It was too late, and Horvat had his head up, recognized it.
Is he all right? Getting steamrolled by Pearson the first time, obviously he didn't get the message through, but the scoreboard always seems to have an impact. Jake, that's a you're not on the Canucks anymore, man. That's a double dang it. Maybe not as rare as I thought. In our final dang it, you might have seen this in another video on this YouTube channel, I had a 10-shot shootout on an outdoor rink at Jeff Merrick's house against David Ayres, which is a ridiculous story to be able to tell, but I have a strange life. And a purple shirt. Is that what all the comments are about? I bet they are. But here's the dang it for Mr. I won an NHL game David Ayres. Mr. Blogger Boy over here scored a goal on him. Actually, I scored 3.
Oh! Look at that. Look at that. Ow! Oh, knuckle. That actually hurt. Guy throws a knuckleball in the net. Whoa! What is this guy doing? We're gonna get you a contract. You're a little slower now. We'll see. Ah, cheap. Big one. Big one. Big one.
Woo! He was definitely trying his hardest on all of them. I am great. Let it be known that I scored more goals against David Ayres than the Leafs did. I feel sad now. Who am I kidding? I'd say that's a dang it, but goodness gracious, is David Ayres such a nice man and a good sport. And congrats to him. It's now the belated anniversary of his historic NHL win against... Who was it against? I don't know. We'll never know. So, that's it for this week's edition of Steve's Dang It's. Leave a comment in the comment box down below. Did we forget me? I bet we did, and you're gonna yell. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. I scored against David Ayres, and he was trying his hardest. Yeah!